Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Andrew's Theories, the video series where I have some ideas and thoughts about TV series, anime series, video games, and what have you in the world around me, and I give them to you. Alright, I'm one of the many theory videos out here. At least I'm not as bad as game theory, but I'm better. I know I have a raging hate boner for the guy. His videos suck, yet at the same time they're educational. Mine are just informative and entertaining. I don't know why I can't stand him as a person. I don't know. There's got to be a reason. Maybe that's for a future theories video. But anyway, this theories video is an epic one because I'm talking about two of the greatest characters in Dragon Ball. That's right. I'm doing a Dragon Ball theory video, one of two, actually, that I'm going to be working on. And this one's entitled Goku and Vegeta to take over for Beerus and Whis. That's right, you heard me right. Now, I'm going to explain what I mean by this. So, as we saw in the early parts of Dragon Ball Super, and in the movie Battle of Gods, Goku was actually offered the chance to become the God of Destruction, should and when Beerus decides to retire. However, like he did with Kami in Dragon Ball, when Kami offered him the position as Guardian of the Earth, he turned it down. Understandably, because Goku isn't so much of a destroyer as he is a peacemaker. Vegeta, on the other hand, would pretty much destroy stuff for the pleasure of it. And that brings me to my theory. Now, we know in the Universe Tournament that's currently going on that Universe 9 has already been completely obliterated, with the Angel of Universe 9 smiling and smirking. Universe 9 sunk their own boat, and I'm going to go into detail on that in my own podcast. But anyway, with Universe 9 destroyed, it kind of opens up the question of if the universes were to survive, or if whatever the Angel's plan is, because there have been several theory videos, which, by the way, are entertaining, but at the same time, highly annoying, because they're from the same people that constantly just throw theories out of their ass that don't really have an idea as to what they're talking about. I, on the other hand, do. And let me explain what I mean. But my theory, though, is that Whis has been training Goku and Vegeta to take over not only Beerus' role as God of Destruction, but Whis' role as the angel that guides him. Now, this is what I mean. Now, we know for a fact that Whis is on the side of good. At least, as far as I can tell, he is. He's very peaceful, very pleasant, not uptight, hardly ever gets annoyed unless provoked, and it's pretty much the annoyed that you would get by poking your college roommate with a stick. Not highly annoyed. But anyway, Whis has been training Goku and Vegeta. Now, originally, he only started training Vegeta, who, let's face it, would make an excellent God of Destruction. He was evil and started growing a heart, but let's face it, he still would rather destroy things and have people fear the crap out of him. Goku, on the other hand, has always been his shadow, driving him to become stronger and stronger. What better way to end Dragon Ball Super than to have those two take over the roles? Of course, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't even think Akira Toriyama knows what's going to happen, and I'd like to keep it that way for the time being. But this is my theory. So, as I said earlier, in the early parts of Dragon Ball Super, we actually saw Vegeta training on Beerus' planet first. Now, my theory was at least at the time in my head, was Whis wanted to bring Vegeta up to the same level that Goku was at. Now, Goku had already tasted God Ki, so he knew what it felt like, but it was short-lived. Vegeta, on the other hand, had not tasted God Ki and basically didn't have the expertise to know what it felt like. With Whis' training, he pretty much reached that level kind of quickly, at least the same level that Goku was, or a little stronger, as Goku pointed out. Now, on to the point that I'm making. Because Vegeta was training there first, he got a little more training than Goku did. And as we saw in later parts, including when Hit was coming around to kill Goku, he was still training with Whis, signifying that, granted, while Whis is training Goku at the same time, keeping an eye on him in his own personal way, he is training Vegeta a little more in-depthly. My theory to this is that Whis is planning to try to get Vegeta to take over the God of Destruction role. And, well, let's face it, Beerus will eventually get sick and tired of it. He sleeps 90% of the time anyway, and that isn't really too good for Universe 7. Plus, if Zeno has his way, it's liable to be bad. Or maybe the Omni Priest, who knows? But anyway, it's safe to assume, at least in my theory here anyway, that Whis is training Vegeta to take over as the next god of destruction of Universe 7. Of course, that does mean that there is some room for question in this. And one of the big questions that I have to ask is, if Whis is in fact training Vegeta to take over as god of destruction for Universe 7, is Whis still going to be the angel of Universe 7? My theory to this is no. Why, you ask? Well, because he's got the perfect candidate right here, Goku. Now, let's think about it for a moment. Vegeta himself even said this in Dragon Ball Z, that Goku is one of the few Saiyans that is so powerful, yet at the same time so gentle. What better person to take over as the angel of Universe 7 than Goku? First off, Goku can travel places way faster than Whis can. That's a given, which is a very, very inept thing. You'd figure Whis, being the all-powerful being, would know instant transmission. But I guess it's not exactly a technique he wants to put into his repertoire. Which is fine. But you also have the entire aspect of the fact that Goku, in a way, knows techniques and ideas that Whis doesn't. But yet Whis is still training Goku to unlock more of his potential. Because let's face it, Akira Toriyama has basically made the potential for Saiyans nearly and infinitely limitless. They get stronger every time they're near death, and let's face it, Vegeta and Goku have basically gotten their asses beat countless times on separate occasions. Vegeta even blew himself up to take down Majin Buu, which, yeah, we all know how that ended. But anyway, here's what we have. The basis and the setup for a really, really great idea. Vegeta becoming the god of destruction of Universe 7, and Goku becoming the angel of Universe 7, which would technically fit in the entire series and the story. Vegeta would do anything to protect his family. As we saw when Bola was born, he got extremely irate and pissed off when Mr. Satan scared the crap out of her. Which is understandable, Vegeta's a father. He also got annoyed and upset when Trunks got hurt, both present and future, and was worried about his son, and even to an extent Goten, in the small couple episode filler arc with the, well, Power Water. You all remember that one. So it's also kind of safe and somewhat easy to assume that Vegeta is, in fact, able and willing to protect anything around him, and at the same time does not care who or what's in his way to do so. If, like, let's say an entire planet stands between him and protecting Bulma, Bulma, and Trunks, it's safe to assume Vegeta's gonna blow that planet to smithereens to get to them. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Goku, on the other hand, well, we've seen how pissed off he can get when Goku Black and Zamasu basically told him how they came to be, or at least how Goku Black came to be. And it was really sort of a new moment for Goku. Now, we know Goku can get a little angered and a little enraged. That's how he turned Super Saiyan in the first place. But to see that level of anger come out of him, he was more focused. One of my favorite parts, actually, is when he just backhands Zamasu with the fist and sends him flying. That was a great part. But anyway, it's safe to assume that if Goku does get enraged enough, he could actually unlock more of his power. And as we've all seen, once Goku unlocks a new power and a new form, he can slowly master it. That being said, Goku could in fact master a power even higher than Super Saiyan Blue. He could in fact become an angel, for all we know, and become one of the most powerful beings in the known universe, or in any universe. So it's safe to assume it's possible. As for Vegeta becoming a god of destruction, it's also possible. Because, like I said, Vegeta is sort of like Beerus, if you think about it. But in a way that he's willing to protect anything and destroy anything, just in case, you know, he has to protect somebody. Which is Vegeta through and through, as well as Goku. So, that's my theory. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, my name's Andrew, and this has been Andrew's Theories. Bye, everybody.